A summer's day of cricket between England and Zimbabwe. Enjoy the highlights now with Channel 4.
Sport on 4 with STEWART online recruitment.
Where were you when our boys last won twice at Lord's in a summer? I mean, what was going down when Corky and Jules were jamming it at HQ? This is modern cricket by musical association. Though maybe not for you, Alistair. More for everybody back home. Not a happy bunny. A relatively patient Brian Charles Lara is doing okay. Could be getting to him, but it's the team, really, that are the problem. For now, Brian is just a wonderful memory. But the tests will be back soon, and we can sense that Brian and Jimmy could be hatching a sting. Always remember that he who laughs best will mostly laugh last. What fun it all was at Durham. Surely they won't have to cover it all up again. Rest assured, it doesn't look any better floodlit. And overall, our prayer will be for sunshine. The Wonderwalls of Manhattan came to the Riverside, and it's 4-1 now to the top dogs. Can anything blow their house down? Maybe. Just maybe. If you get 5 for Dad, and a few runs, like I would. Now, the truth is that this one was a couple of days ago, but why spoil a decent theme for the sake of accuracy? That was the moment that Adams knew it had all gone down the pan. The other captains are assured of staying afloat on their cruise, and here they are at EDGBASTON for their dress rehearsal for Saturday's final at Lord's. And look who's back. England against Zimbabwe, and Nasser Hussain is fit again and in the side instead of Matthew Maynard. Otherwise, England are unchanged and they're going extremely well. There's a good pair being formed between Alex Stewart and Marcus Trescothick at the top of the order. They seem to have a nice understanding, and of course both blessed with tremendous stroke play. The lights were on, little sparkles in the sky there, but the players, would you believe it, asked them for them to be turned off. Apparently the glare was a problem early in the piece. There is the Zimbabwe side. Paul Strang comes in with Pommy and Bangwa, and left out are John Rennie and Brian Strang on this occasion. They, of course, lead the table. Well, I mentioned there was a good understanding between Stewart and Trescothick. Perhaps I should have said goodish, because right early in the piece, Trescothick was almost run out there from Stuart Carlisle. Then Stewart began to find his stride, but Dermot, you've been mighty impressed with Marcus.
Absolutely, and this has become a bit of a trademark shot for Trescothick. Head nice and still, hitting through the line. Lovely straight bat, high elbow.
And a lovely day too. The sun was shining, God bless it.
Get a bit of Larry Dooley.
Well, this is extraordinary stuff from England so far. Alex Stewart picking up a couple of boundaries, and now Marcus Trescothick picking up another boundary on top of the bounce as well. This is a good surface to bat on and a good outfield. Very hot day here, atmosphere conducive to good cricket, and the batsmen so far are relishing it.
Shot, he's hit it flat and low, and yet it's still gone over the boundary rope for 6.
Problems very early on for the Zimbabwean bowlers. Marcus Trescothick latching on to this short delivery from Neil Johnson and hit it all the way. Maximum 6 runs.
Well, that's interesting that Heath Streak eventually has gone around the wicket to Trescothick and he's brought him undone. Just the change of angle and a bit of cramping for room. Very experienced bowler, Heath Streak.
First relative failure of the series, the angle from around the wicket from Heath Streak doing the job. Trescothick looking to cut, chopped it on, a bottom edge onto his stumps. A victorious start, good wicket for Heath Streak. Marcus Trescothick is gone for 20, 41 for 1.
Well, it was no great surprise that Heath Streak did the initial damage. He was threatening Flintoff as well, who started a bit sloppily.
Well, we saw this at Trent Bridge. Streak to Flintoff, beating him outside the off stump. But then he straight onto Flintoff's pads, and that was exquisitely timed. He's such a strong man, Andy Flintoff, and he just leant on that or more.
Yes, there were times at Old Trafford when Flintoff played brilliant strokes and times when he played lucky sort of strongman strokes. There is the Manhattan at this stage, 46 for 1. England going very nicely.
Oh, straight between them. Neither moved. Campbell left it for Flower, and Flower left it for Campbell. And neither moved. A lucky escape for ALEC Stewart.
Break for Stewart. It's such a difficult ball to play. Just outside off stump. Well, it didn't really move away too much. It was more of a waft from ALEC Stewart, a push at it, but he's got lucky. Another boundary to his total. Certainly not convincing. Would have liked to have seen either the keeper or Campbell at first slip. One of them attempting to catch that. Instead, they looked at each other.
Beautifully struck. A long half volley from Mbangwa, but power and grace.
It's just a top-class cricket shot, and I'm sure that's what he's been told to do. Get out and play your natural game. We're going to bat you at 3, but we just want you to play normally, as you would for Lancashire. If it's there to hit, go at it 100%. It's a beautiful shot.
Dropped. Having a bad day in the field. Neil Johnson has been moved from short cover because he's got a sore finger. He took one in the last game at short cover, hurt his finger, so they moved him to slip, and no success there either. This is a regulation slip catch.
Flintoff just played inside that, and as slip catches go, it should be taken. Should have gone straight in the breadbasket.
And again he's got it through. This time Flintoff has the luck, and Heath Streak has had none at all.
Richard mentioned Flintoff, if he's going to play at these outside off stump, go 100% and the ball will travel and travel fast.
Another beautiful shot. Again, just slightly overpitched. And he's not quick enough in Mbangwa. If he bowls half volleys, he's going to be put away.
Mostly the bowling hasn't been too bad, but then there's a ball, a delivery such as that, which is easy takings for the batsman. ALEC Stewart this time. Beautiful cover drive.
That's a good-looking shot. Beats the field. He's so powerful. Not truly off the middle of the bat. Such a hard swing at the ball from Andrew Flintoff. Even half the bat is going to race away.
When the ball comes down at this line, he really has a nice arc of the bat. It's a perfect straight drive.
And in the air again, over the top. It's going to land safely. And come back for 3. He's certainly going to take him on, Andrew Flintoff. More runs. Delicious shot from ALEC Stewart. Didn't try and hit it too hard. And really did place it with precision.
He sure did. And Mbangwa, he's only bowling medium pace. This was played on the up, the ball not really coming on.
And ALEC Stewart in high-class company. Graham Gooch, Alan Lamb and Graham Hick, the man ahead of him on the run-making list. Incidentally, in 5th place is David Gower with 3,170 runs in 114 matches. A lesson here too. Always a good idea to keep the umpire on your side.
Neil Johnson continuing. And a big appeal. He's gone. Andy Flintoff's walked. Didn't wait for the decision. He's had a couple of edges previous to this. This one thinner, gone straight through to Andy Flower.
He was very much cramped for room there. It didn't look from where we're sitting as though the ball darted back at him. It may have done on the replay, but it certainly cramped him up in the stroke. Yes, it did come back a bit. It was a very loud nick. Comfortably taken by Andy Flower. So Flintoff is gone. 24 for him, 85 for 2.
That's close. He's given him. Merv Kitchen says that's good enough for me. Pad bat. The judged LBW Graham Hick. He's gone for naught. Second ball.
See him perfectly upright. The ball does jag back. Certainly hits the pad first, then the bat. Then the bat hits his pad also. Just a question of whether he's in line there playing a stroke, and he certainly was. I would reckon middle stump about 3 parts of the way up.
Well, this was an excellent decision. That's what Neil Kitchen saw at full speed. We've seen on the slow motion replay, it's hit him in line. And it's not always easy to give those when they hit the pad, then the bat. They'll get back for 2. Graham Thorpe quick on the turn. Better over for England, 4 runs coming off it. And it brings up the 100. The loss of 3 wickets.
Well, the batting was pretty hot at that stage, and so was the weather, up around 24 degrees in Birmingham, and a splendid view about a mile out of the main city, a quite beautifully pointed cricket ground. That's an extraordinary stat, isn't it? Zimbabwe have bowled 54 wides in the tournament, the West Indies 33, England only 4, which gives you an idea of their excellent discipline. Zimbabwe are renowned for discipline in their play, but it's not happening with the bowlers as it ought to. Now, here's a thought for you. ALEC Stewart, the batsman, but once a wicket-keeper, always a wicket-keeper. Over to Dermot.
65 balls it had been since the last boundary, which would make you think that they haven't been scoring very quickly, but it was a very good partnership between Thorpe and Stewart, the Surrey pair. They ran between the wickets really well, picked up the 1s and 2s. Paul Strang needed a gentle massage before he bowled. He came into Thorpe. Maybe he needs more massaging.
It's a mixed innings from Graham Thorpe. He pushed the ball around for 1s and 2s and gathered the initiative, I suppose, rather than demanded it. And just occasionally he burst out of the screws and hit a good shot. That was pretty close to LBW, closer than we thought at the time, indeed.
And that's his 50, and a very good one too. 21 one-day 50s for ALEC Stewart.
He's an energetic and enthusiastic cricketer, ALEC Stewart, with lots of fiddles and fumbles and flexes before he actually faces the delivery. And the cornerstone of his innings today has been singles, well placed, little pushes, nudges and nurdles into the gaps. This little delicate glide down through the offside, and this brings up his 50, a clip through the onside as well. And the other thing about him is his great understanding with his partner Graham Thorpe. No call required here. Just a quick look at each other and through for the single. That's superb one-day cricket by the Surrey pair.
Good start by England. The first wicket fell in the 7th over, then 2 wickets together, and since then there's been a rebuilding process.
There's a lot of talk before the start of play about this strip at Edgbaston being used for this one-day international. It's very dry, lots of cracks, but it's hard. So definitely going to be abrasive in the ball, a reverse swing in the latter overs. It's you've got to say it's played better than it's looked. Well, that's good cricket all round. And very good running in the end. A slower ball from Pommy and Bangwa. Delicate late cut. And 2 more to the England cause. Flowers got a good throw on him. .150 comes up for England, a loss of 3 wickets.
There's a big full toss there. Alex Stewart, no problems in finding the gap. Hit that through extra cover. And the man at long off had no hope.
He's got him. Well bowled, Grant Flower. That one's turned. Graham Thorpe aiming through the offside, got bowled between bat and pad. England lose their 4th wicket.
Interesting bowler, Grant Flower. The ball seems to just roll out of his fingertips, so you're not anticipating a lot of turn. On this occasion, that was a good turning delivery between bat and pad. It's turned quite a bit. Bales are off. Graham Thorpe's on his way. 166 for 4.
Which brought to the crease Nasser Hussain, and there was a most lovely warm hand for the England captain returning to the side. That's the situation. 166 for 4. You sort of have the feeling now that England should push on a bit. They want to get up to 260 if they possibly can. And first ball, Nasser Hussain gets on the sweep and bing. Quite hit it out the middle, but it's a handy way to start, isn't it?
Well, he's a very good sweeper of the ball. He gets right on top of it. It's a bit more like of a paddle shot. He keeps it down, rarely gets a top edge. And that's really good technique. He's come down on the ball, kept it on the carpet.
Those are the matches remaining in the tournament, and England, of course, will play in both of them. Great timing from Alex Stewart. He always kept his body weight going into that cut stroke. There's a tendency sometimes to lean back and try to hit it too hard. But he didn't. He stayed wonderfully well balanced. He's really had a very good little period in charge of the side here. England winning at Lord's in the Test match and then coming good in this one-day series. All with Stewart back at the helm. He's enjoyed it, and his cricket's been good too.
Great effort that was at mid-wicket. Hussain going at it, bat spinning around, taking the inside half of the bat, and a great effort diving there at mid-wicket, just not able to hold on to it.
England want to think about 5 and over as a minimum, but I reckon 6 and over is the job. 245 is a sort of as a starting point. We've seen how well Zimbabwe can chase if they want to. Oh, he's found the gap well. No ball called. A cry of disgust from Guy Rickle and a stroke of pedigree from Stewart.
Zimbabwe have shown that they can chase very well. England no doubt need to up a gear. ALEC Stewart has done it very well off this delivery.
40 overs of the innings gone now. Still no dramatic move from England. You can see from the Manhattan chart that, with the odd exception, there's been some steady scoring just below 5 and over through the innings. Time for the worm to turn upwards. That's just what's needed. Real explosion of the stroke from Hussain.
It was an explosion, it was a magnificent stroke as well. Deliberately hit in the air, over cover, and hit very powerfully as well, made a little room for himself.
.200 comes up for England in the 42nd over of the innings. Well, certainly Nasser Hussain was giving the message that the tempo needed to be upped, and he did so at a time when suddenly his streak found a bit of life in the pitch. Dermot said earlier that it was a dry pitch, that it may misbehave, and there's a drop catch. Now, Alistair Campbell at extra cover, I think that illustrated, Dermot, that Zimbabwe today were below par in the field.
Absolutely right, Mark. There were the odd little fumbles. At Durham it was cold, and maybe you could excuse the odd fumble. Today it was a lovely warm day, and you were still getting misfields.
Now, there's a great stroke. That is great batting for me. ALEC Stewart, confronted by this modern problem of cricket, bowlers coming over the wicket into the rough, he makes room. He goes and stands on the line of the ball and thrashes it through the offside. That, for me, was the moment of the innings.
You can feel the tension around this ground at Edgbaston, because ALEC Stewart is 99 not out. There it is. His third international one-day 100. .142 balls, 8 boundaries. Very healthy looking Manhattan for England. Only at 4.84 at present. 4 wickets falling.
England need 5 big overs now if they're going to get up to 255. And that's one to go. That was the start of what was going to be an attacking burst, but ALEC Stewart has gone. And Zimbabwe have done well. They will be quite prepared to take something around about the 250 mark.
Very fine innings comes to an end. ALEC Stewart loves to give himself room to left-arm spinners. Lets him get his hands through and hit through the offside. On this occasion, he yorked himself. And a little bit of turn, and flick on the leg stump. He's hit that very well, Craig White. Straight down the ground, 6 of the best. Irving Kitchen raises his hands to the sky. And again, this time over long off. Tremendous batting from Craig White. Excellent footwork. Just what England need at this stage. Tremendous over for England, 17 runs coming off it. Craig White scored 20 off 9 balls. He's gone through the offside. He might have found the fielder. He's found the fence instead. This could be out. Well taken. Neil Johnson, the fielder. Craig White, the batsman, has to go. It's been a tremendous knock. 21 off only 11 balls. He went for the pull shot, got the top edge.
Heath Streak was out thinking him there. You saw Craig White just make a movement down the pitch, and Heath Streak dug it in. 21 for Craig White, 246 for 6 out. Port Johnson bowled Streak.
Long off, has caught it. Dirk Villiers, the fielder. It was a full toss from Guy Whittle.
Full toss can sometimes, not always, be a handy ball late in the innings. It wasn't all that far short of being a 6. Just a bit miscued, that's what I'm saying. 251 the score, 7 wickets down now. Hussain out the 34, Port Villiers bowl Whittle.
1 over to go. Streak to Elam. Well, that's a good shot. That's a very good shot. Chipping mid-wicket. And going for 4.
Well, it was a stunning effort by Murray Goodwin, but not without humour.
Very athletic piece of fielding, but he actually flicked the ball back into his leg, and it just rolled up against the rope. He's one of the best Zimbabwe fielders, Murray Goodwin. Usually found at backward point.
Oh, ouch. Bowl. Great death bowling, I thought, by Heath Streak. Full and straight.
Yeah, he did it very well. I couldn't quite understand why Andy Caddick was trying to hit through the offside. There were men on the boundary. Fine leg was up, and he's good at flicking it to leg. He might be better served to walk across his stumps and play the flick shot next time.
3 more were added, 262 for 8 at the end of their 50 overs. ALEC Stewart, 101. That was a splendid performance. Zimbabwe chipped in, but I don't think anybody was at their best, and the best of them, Heath Streak, went for 59, though he picked up 3 wickets.
Nasser Hussain hasn't had a knock in the middle for a few weeks, and he just showed his lack of match practice in this, the 39th over of the innings. A few loose-ish deliveries from Pommy and Bangor, and he had trouble getting them away. That was a good ball, but then this one here he probably could have done better with at this stage of the innings, but he's still trying to find his feet as a batsman. Here he's dropped at mid-wicket, gets a fairly streaky single. Then ALEC Stewart can't do any better with the rest of the over. That was quite a good Yorker from Mbangwa, and this one here didn't go away either, except for more than a single. 2 off the 39th over. You just feel that if England had done better there, they might have added another 20 runs to the eventual target.
Sport on 4 with Stepstone Online Recruitment. Sport on 4 with Stepstone Online Recruitment.
So Zimbabwe need 263 to win at 5.26 and over. And one of the key Zimbabwe players is Neil Johnson, a fantastic one-day all-rounder with a batting average of 36, higher than his bowling average of 35, which shows what a high-caliber all-rounder he is. And he's had already quite an influence on this series. On the left, he decimated the West Indies attack at Bristol and won man of the match there. And on the right, he took the wicket of ALEC Stewart early on at the Oval in Zimbabwe's victory there. Now, he's also had an interesting experience today, a bit of a curate's egg in his first 15 overs in this game. Quite a few loose deliveries early on to ALEC Stewart and Marcus Trescothick, and they took full advantage of them. And he must have wondered at that stage, 2 overs for 20, if anything else could happen. Well, things actually got worse. He dropped a slip catch, fairly simple one at first slip, and then didn't even go for one off Andrew Flintoff. But then his luck changed. In a second spell, he lured Flintoff into a fairly loose shot outside off stump and took his wicket. And in the same over, after thanking God Almighty, he trapped Graham Hick, LBW. 2 wickets in the over. He's an entertaining as well as perplexing cricketer. Sometimes you think he might need a shrink rather than a captain, but he's done well with the ball today. Now, how will he go with the bat?
Well, mid-innings entertainment takes all sorts of form around the world. Today it was Dermot Reeve and Simon Hughes who helped NatWest with the entertainment.
Looked more fun on the telly, didn't it? Watching it to knockout all those years ago.
It's up and under. I just hope I don't get blown, blown into the pavilion or something. The wind gets up.
I hope you do get blown into the pavilion.
Heaven knows what the analyst is up to. We thought we had him trapped in a truck at the back of the pavilion as well.
Getting a bit claustrophobic. Help! Air!
Come, Dermot, tell me more.
Well, it's a bit of a challenge. It's Reeve against Hughes, and as you can see, Reeve got off to the better start. Now, we had decided that what you had to do here was pop at least one balloon. The balloons were put down. You had to go through those two cones. It just looked like it'd be good fun to give it a go one day. Got onto the first balloon ahead of Mr. Hughes. He's miles back. I mean, the trouble with Yozza is he's a bit uncoordinated. Look at him, scrambling away. Now, I've got to this second balloon, and I've stopped on it, and I've thought, right, I've got to pop this, and I'm jumping up and down, and he's nipped ahead. He hasn't even popped a balloon at this stage. But look what happened. Hughesy, he's fallen over. He's had a complete somersault. And I've managed to slip through, go through the final cones, and what you got to do is hit the stumps. We had a bit of a bet on this, 50 quid on this, and here he decided to give me a bit of help straight up the rear.
That is Dermot Hughes then. This is Dermot Hughes then.
It's all about technique. It's all about technique.
Which I haven't got, but of course Dermot's always had a bit of technique, come night or day.
Anyway, for more serious things, Mr. Johnson and Mr. Whittle lead Zimbabwe out for their run chase, and Nasser Hussain has got the England boys together in the ubiquitous huddle that is so much a part of all the modern teams. Let's remind you of where things stand. Zimbabwe need 263 runs to win the game.
Neil Johnson, this series so far, 95 not out in the first game, then a duck, 51 in the third, and in the last two innings he hasn't reached double figures. To get another successful run chase of Zimbabwe, I think he's a crucial man. Seen young Liam go off so far in the series. He was with his father up in Durham, and being a day-night game, he mightn't be able to stay up and watch his father perform, but he's a big supporter of his father, and he'll be hoping he takes at least 5 wickets today. It's a powerful cut shot. That'll be 4 runs. Too much width there from Darren Goff. Neil Johnson leaps on it.
Now, this is exactly what Goff did not want to do to Johnson. Give him that room and that length as well. He'll play these all day. Good square cut behind point, but still to the left of third man. Very good placement, very precise.
That's a confident on drive. He simply lent on that, and that's 4 runs. It was 4 runs as soon as it left the bat.
It's an impressive shot. He played it with a consummate amount of ease. Just pushed it down the ground, no force, just look at it. Not much follow through, just a push. A very good shot. Good timing. He does look very compact, very determined, and he's a vital member of this batting lineup at the top of the order.
And that's in the air. Oh, and it's fallen safe. Can you believe that? A leading edge. Johnson trying to turn it to the onside. It's dropped safe. I see Neil Johnson and it led off. It was the lob. Perfect tennis lob. And he's gone. Caught it cover. Craig White, safe hands. You could see the pressure mounting on Guy Whittle. Couldn't resist to play that. Another big shot, and he's now on his way back to the pavilion.
Good stuff from Andy Caddick. And bowling very well, not giving anything loose. And the pressure built. Guy Whittle came down the track this time, smashed at it, and found the safe hands of White at cover. Very well held. It was travelling above his head as well. Caddick has done the job for England. He's gotten the breakthrough. Guy Whittle has gone for 3. Zimbabwe are 25 for 1.
Well, all credit to the England bowlers. They really used their brains. They cramped Neil Johnson for room. 25 for 1 after 10 overs represents an excellent start. And you've got to remember that Zimbabwe are playing so very well in this tournament. Look at those. 1 by 6 wickets, 1 by 5 wickets, 1 by 70 runs. They've lost that one game to England at Old Trafford, then they beat the West Indies again by 6 wickets. So this is a form side who are being tied up. Nasser Hussain would be happy, Dermot.
Absolutely right, and happy again here today. Andy Caddick doing sterling work from the city end. Darren Goff had been a little bit expansive, and Mullally took over from Goff. And the Leicestershire connection, these two play together, Neil Johnson and Alan Mullally, and they were having words out in the middle. It was all in good humour, though, in good fun.
And still the Manhattan favouring England. The Maidens in there, good stuff from the bowlers.
Alan Mullally's had an excellent NatWest series. 5 matches, only 4 wickets, but an economy rate of 2.78. That's under 3 runs and over on average. And he was on his best form again today, angling the ball into the Zimbabwe left-handers, not giving them a sniff of width, a perfect length as well. Really probing away just outside the off-stump, coming back in towards them. And he's the main reason that Zimbabwe have struggled to get to their 50 within 16 overs. Great bowling from Mullally, in spite of his jumble sail boots.
The thoughts there of Simon Hughes and of Alex Stewart. Now, a bit earlier I said that Stewart, I thought, had played the shot of the innings so far. That, for me, is the shot of the match so far. Johnson, determined to upset Mullally, just gives himself an iota of room and smashes the ball down the ground over mid-on. Great power.
Well, he finally got one. He'd been using his feet, ball after ball, waiting for it to be in the right spot, and he finally got one there, and it was ducked for cover in the stands.
Well, Zimbabwe needing to push on, and Johnson leading that charge. This, for me, another glorious shot, hitting straight down the ground, the one place you can't defend. There are no fielders behind the umpire, that is for sure. And, of course, he hits the ball extremely hard.
That he does. A high backlift, the full follow-through on this occasion. Mervyn Kitchen having to duck out the way. Graham Hick was brought into the attack.
And an attempt to hit him out of it was made by Neil Johnson. But actually, either side of that was some rather clever bowling from Graham Hick. Neil Johnson raising his bat to 50. He'll be delighted with that performance, particularly in the light of the fact that England think they've got the wood on Johnson. That's where we stand, 83 for 1 after 21.
Sport on 4 with Stepstone Online Recruitment. Sport on 4 with Stepstone Online Recruitment.
87 for 1 in the run chase. Let's pick it up with a man called Bennett.
Yes. Yes. Well, Johnson's made a mess of the bat increase there. It'll be interesting to see exactly where it came off, whether he's been cranky with himself or cranky with the man in the yellow coat and the red tie.
Just bounced on him a little bit, and there's no doubt there's a top edge. There's a bit of arm in it. It's caught the top of the bat, and he would have been, he's very disgusted at that shot. Felt he should have controlled it, just turned it to the onside. Neil Johnson, very good 52, 87 for 2.
Got 2, one in rather fortunate fashion, and then he's bowled the new batsman Stuart Carlisle, the most perfect top spinner. It's floated away a little bit in the air, gone straight on and found the outside edge. They're suddenly on 87, 2 wickets for.
How quickly things can change. The probing bat, little edge. Alex Stewart, that's a fantastic catch, and he knows it. The game is turning. Stuart Carlisle, that's a duck, 87 for 3.
Get out of there! What are they doing?
There's all sorts of chaos there. Goodwin and Campbell again. Then when eventually Graham Hick got the ball, looked to see if he'd got the decision from David Constant, and David Constant just looked back at him, and Hick then grabbed the stump and put the ball against him. And now then, Campbell is simply putting his head in his hands.
Now, there's a reason that Campbell might have his head in his hands. This is Durham against the West Indies on Sunday. Campbell, the man that hit the ball, and he's sent back by Murray Goodwin, never a run on. Alex Stewart preempted it all.
Work hard, boys, tight on these ones. Bit of indecision between these two, come on.
And this was today. Murray Goodwin, the one heading back to the pavilion. It was Alistair Campbell. He called in for the quick single, changed his mind. Graham Hiccup rooted the stump. Real indecision between these two.
Diving effort straight afterwards from Hick. One of those that he'd probably catch 2 in 5. He's got a great pair of hands. There's the situation for Zimbabwe. 97 for 4. Rate going at 3.7. That ain't good enough. They have to push on.
He's coming for 2, and they've gone the other end, and that's going to be very close indeed. Graham Hicks convinced. Great throw. I don't think Grant Flower wanted 2 at any stage. Campbell felt he was running to the danger end.
Well, Alex Stewart shouted, you're winning," to the fielder right from the moment he knew the batsman had 2 in mind. Oh, dear, dear, dear. This is shocking running between the wickets. Now, Alistair Campbell involved again. Grant Flower, the match winner the other night against the West Indies, has a long and unhappy walk back to the dressing room. That'll be an interesting conversation. Andy Flower just coming out, senior player Brian Strang is 12th man today, and Alistair Campbell, who's been involved in the run-outs. Flower will be very keen to encourage Campbell to forget about it and concentrate on his innings. Got him. Very well bowled. It's an excellent catch from Stewart. Anything down low by your bootlaces is a good one. Just to his left side, but all credit to Craig White, who's come on and made an impression immediately.
He just gets it to go away from the left-hander. Angles it in, and then it goes away off the seam. And the ball before was a slower delivery. And this one is a lot quicker. Just moves enough. Trying to angle it away down to 3rd man, and Alex Stewart, he's been a live wire today, makes no mistake. 123 for 6. Zimbabwe in trouble.
Great performance from Alex Stewart. 10 catches in the series so far. 121 catches, 11 stumpings in all, and 100 today. There's an all-round performance for you. Now there's a beautiful shot. Lights in the foreground. Sunset just filtering through at the back, and the city behind. Quickly for Alistair Campbell. It's been quite an eventful time out there. Miss Reeve, that's Emily Reeve, and Mrs. Reeve, Dermot Reeve's mother, in the crowd cheering away for England. Beautifully. Well, the batsman's a bit nonplussed by all that. That's Dirk Viljoen. It has definitely left him. Went very close. There seemed to be any doubt from anyone. Craig White was hurtling down the pitch.
Billion is gone for 6. Zimbabwe now 133 for 7.
By comparison, England were doing it well here after 35 overs, 165 for 3, and that's against Zimbabwe's 134 for 7. 129 needed to win 90 balls.
Four runs. 4 runs. Very close indeed to Alex Stewart. He knows it. That would have been a spectacular catch.
Launched himself, his streak. He's got to go after them. And only just wide. Great effort.
Goff's moving round to his left. And he won't get there. Bounce just inside the rope. Keith Streak giving a bit of muscle behind this off drive. It's gone fine. Delicately played. It's going to go all the way. Clever batting from Campbell.
And he's gone. It's the end of Alistair Campbell.
Another change of pace, slower ball. Campbell deceived in the air. Well caught by Nazar Hussain at backward point, so the deception worked. Campbell is gone.
Mind you, Keith Streak was still there, and he's a highly efficient hitter of the ball, as he showed in the loft over the infield. This took the score to 197 for 8, so masses to do for Zimbabwe. There's Darren Goff, and there is the end of Heath Streak. Andrew Flintoff is the catcher. His resistance ended on 45. 203 for 9. 4 balls of the innings left, and then Dermot, we had a little bit of fun.
That's right. The crowd thought it was all over, but Darren Goff had actually bowled a no ball. So it took about 5 minutes. The announcer was very busy on the microphone. Umpires had to collect stumps off players, and in the end it was all ushered off. And the final ball was bowled. And it was a very comprehensive win to England. They'd played really good cricket all day.
Yeah, and the spectacle was proven too, with the lights taking their opportunity to show themselves off against that night sky. England the winners by 52 runs in a hugely convincing performance. You won't quite see full bowling figures, but White 3 for 35, Hick 2 for 37, Caddick 1 for 22, 210 for 9 Zimbabwe. That was a big beating. Here is Nasser Hussain and super sub as well.
Your own form has obviously gone very well in the last couple of games. Have you got anything left to give? I mean, your energy seems to never give out.
Yeah, obviously enjoying my cricket. I've always said, you know, while you're enjoying it and playing well, carry on. And just at the moment, things have gone pretty well for me. So I've just got to get stuck in and support Nasser as best I can with the bat, with the gloves, and any help I can give him. And hopefully that will continue for a while yet.
What about Nasser? He's come in just for the glory part of the tournament, I suppose. You're ribbing him in the dressing room about that?
Not at all. You know, I got the Test series back to 1-all, got us to the final, and just handed it over. It's pretty straightforward.
And Nas, I mean, you do add a bit of life to the team. Is that what you're going to need on Saturday, I suppose, to beat Zimbabwe?
You know, they're a strong side, so we know they'll come back at us. So we're going to need more than just life. We're going to need a bit of class, which we got today. Batting, bowling, all departments you need to beat this lot. But obviously, you know, a special word about Alec, the way he's come in, taken over the captaincy, the way he's played. You know, whatever his mum and dad did when he was young, running him around or whatever, as you say, his energy at the age of 37. Is unbelievable, and is the standard for all the rest of us in and out of the England side to follow, really.
They're smiling, they ought to be. England have won 6 of the last 7 meetings between the sides. Highlights on Thursday at 7:40 from Trent Bridge. Highlights for the final on Saturday at 8 o'clock from Lord's. See you on Thursday, I hope. Sleep well.
We've got sport in mind right now on 4.